Welcome to this wonderful opportunity once again. Uh, we are talking about the telecommunication and internet technology, and that is where we are going to emphasize on today. And please, uh, once you come in, I would like you to mute your audio so that you can hear me very well. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Martins, we can hear you.
All right, all right, all right, all right. That is good. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I saw your screen, Martins.
All right, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we are still waiting. Some people are still joining us. So I'm still admitting some people. Oh, yes. Please, once you come in, mute your audio. I don't want to mute you by myself. Mute your audio so that your environment will not be noisy. Okay? So we are talking about internet and telecommunication. So we have done a lot in our previous trainings. We have done a lot. I believe that some of you that attended our training can testify to that. We have learned a lot, how you can be financially independent, how you can, move from the quadrant of the employee or the self-employed and move to the quadrant of the business builders and investors. So we have treated many things, and we said that in the E quadrant, which is the employees quadrant, that you say sometimes we say that we are secured when we have a job, but it is not really secured. We are not secured because you can lose it at any time. But when you are in the B quadrant, which is business builders, you take charge of your business, you take charge of your finance, you take charge of your money, and you take charge of the inflow of your cash. So today we are going to talk about hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, all right. So today
Thank you.
all right, all right. Today we are talking about telecommunication and internet technology. That is what we are talking about today. And that is the opportunity we have in place. Telecommunication and internet technology, that is the opportunity we have in place. And that is what we are going to treat right now. So, and when we are talking about telecommunication, we have to be talking about the internet too. Because when you have your mobile phone, you have your smartphone, you buy airtime, you buy data, you subscribe for cable subscriptions, you pay for your electricity bills, you do all those things with your data. And the difference is that when you buy it, you don't get paid for it, but we have an opportunity for you to make all the money you want with this system. So the system we have in place is a system that you use to build wealth, build your finance, and you'll be financially independent. So that is the system we have in place. So if you look at my screen, I hope you are seeing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you look at my screen, you see what is there, things that happen on internet every 60 seconds. So you see what happened on internet every 60 seconds, how thousands of photos are uploaded on Facebook every 60 seconds, 243,000 photos, 70,000 hours of video content are watched on Facebook. If you check YouTube, you see how 700,000 videos are watched every 60 seconds, how 400 hours of videos are uploaded. Check WhatsApp, you see more than 29 million messages that are processed, 1 million photos that are sent on WhatsApp, 175,000 video messages that are shared on WhatsApp. Email, check the email, you see that 156 million messages are sent on email. So this is what happened on the internet. And this thing happen every second, every 60 seconds. Every 60 seconds, these things happen on the internet. Now, that is the system we are talking about. Now, you have been doing these things, but you don't get paid for it. Please mute your audio so that we can't be distracted. Please mute your audio. Please mute your audio, please.
Don't still give me number 9 again. Don't worry. See that one, don't realize.
All right, for the purpose of this meeting, I have to mute everybody so that we can, so that we will not be distracted. So, as I was saying, we have all these things happening on the internet. You can look at it, you see a lot of them that happen on the internet every 60 seconds. So now, we have a system where you have to be making money every 60 seconds as well. Not just every 60 seconds now, but every second. We have a system where you have to be making money every second, and that is telecommunication. So most of us, we don't really know the opportunity in the telecom space because we have not thought about it, or we have not come across it, or we have come across it, but we don't really know what it entails. So that is why we are doing this meeting today. And we have started this training since 3 days ago. So today is the last day of our training. Those of us in the WhatsApp group, after this meeting, we will also send updates in the WhatsApp group. So we're talking about internet and telecommunication. And check this, in 2018, Nigeria had 92.3 million internet users. And this figure is projected to grow to 187.8 million internet users in 2023. So you see how people use the internet. That shows that there is money in the internet. So there is money in the internet, and if you don't leverage on it now, you won't take advantage of it. You will just be a consumer. Okay, you just be a consumer, you will not benefit anything from it. So those of us, we have seen this opportunity, and that is why we are taking charge of it. We are taking advantage of it because we know that there is huge money to be made from the internet. There is huge money to be made from the internet. Okay, so that is it. So you see what happened on the internet. We have seen what happened on the internet. And then now check this, top 20 countries with highest number of internet users. As at 2017, Nigeria was top 8. Nigeria was top 8 of these countries. So you see the money that Nigerians spent on internet, and we are complaining that we don't have money. But Nigeria spent trillions of money per year on internet. So if you take advantage of this, if you leverage on the internet now, you will find out that when others are complaining that they don't have, but they are also on the internet using the internet product, you'll be benefiting from it. This was 2017. As at last year, it built from top 8 to top 5. So that is it. Now, let's continue. Now, data. Let's talk about data. Data is the fastest selling commodities all over the world because people consume these products per second. People buy data every time. Even you that is watching me now, you bought data for you to access this meeting. So if you don't have data, you cannot access the meeting. You don't know what is going on. And some people now, they can't stay without it. It is as important as air. It is as important as food. So you can't stay without data because you use it every day, you use it every second, and if you are not online, you will be cut off. It will be as if you are not existing in this world. So data is the fastest selling commodity. You don't need to convince anybody to buy data. You don't need to convince anybody to buy airtime. Okay, so that is to tell you that there is huge money to be made in the telecom space. Now, over 3 million, as at 2016, over 3 million Nigerians recharge their phones per hour. That means every hour, 3 million people recharge their phone. But that was what Nigeria Communication Commission projected. But this year, 2020, over 5 million Nigerians recharge their phone per hour. You know what that means? That means billions of money that is being spent on airtime every hour. Now, what if you are benefiting from this purchase? Let's say you are making just 2% of these people, these 3 million people who buy, or 5 million people who buy airtime every hour. Will you tell me that you will be poor again in life? No, you will not be poor because you'll be making huge amount of money every hour. So you have the opportunity to leverage on the internet technology now and on telecommunication. Now, Nigeria spent for 446 billion per month on airtime. That was 2016. Today, if you see the massive growth of the users of airtime, you will know that people buy phone every day. People know there are many people that don't have access to phone as at 2016, but now they have access to phone. So people grow up, they buy phone, they use it, and they make money from it. Inflow investments in Nigeria telecom industry hit 21.4 trillions last year. That was what Vanguard and Nigeria Communication Commission projected. So this shows that there is huge money to be made from the telecom space. Now, why should we leverage on this telecom technology? And cable is not just telecom. We by leveraging with this company, you're also leveraging with cable TV and PACN sector. So when you leverage here, you see that you'll be making huge amount of money. Look at this. Say Nigeria has been ranked fourth among the top 5 countries with the highest net addition of mobile subscription in the first quarter of 2018. Technology News had it, and financial e-commerce organization earns 210 billions annually on telecom virtual top-up technology. So this is the big opportunity we have here. Now, within the space of 3 months, Nigerians consume airtime that amount to 680 billion. Punch newspaper had it. So you see the amount that people are using, spending on airtime and data without knowing that there are those who are getting paid for it, without knowing that they are supposed to get paid for it. Okay? So over 250 million lines are connected. That means over 250 million people use phone. Let's say because we are talking about, we are using Nigeria as an instance. I know that there are some people from other countries here, but you're using Nigeria as an instance. So you can compare this to your country, and when it comes to the currency, when we get to the currency, you can also convert it to your country's currency. But you see, over 250 in Nigeria, we have about 200 million people in the population, and we are seeing that over 250 million lines are connected. What does it imply? It implies that 250 in the country of 200 million, about one person may have like 3 lines, 4 lines, or 2 lines. So that we are 200 million doesn't mean that everybody has. Personally, I have many lines. So people have these lines, and they are buying money. They are using it to buy airtime and data that others are benefiting from. Now, what is now? NCC, I don't want to go into this, it is very deep. Let's be fast. Now, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics shows that telecommunication is in fact a big deal in Nigeria. According to a report recently released in 2017, the telecommunication sector contributed 1,663,000,000. That is 9.1% to Nigeria gross domestic product (GDP) in the fourth quarter of 2016. Also recently, the vice chairman of the Nigeria Communication Commission, Prof. Umar Dambata, reportedly claimed that telecoms contributed about 8% in the fourth quarter of 2016 to the nation's GDP. Let's go to the next thing. So the conclusion of this thing is that the oil and gas sector has been a major source of revenue for the Nigerian economy. But one amazing fact, this report released by NBC shows that from the year 2015 and 2016, Telecom has surpassed oil and gas. You can testify what happened during this lockdown. A lot of people were laid off, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of companies closed up because people are there is no movement, and you know, people are not going for their works, their jobs, their activities. But telecommunication was growing very fast. People were making huge amount of money in the telecom, especially those who leverage on the telecom. Even in our own company, I can tell you that since I joined this company, it is at this period of lockdown that I earn the highest income. The income I earn within the month of February, March, April, June, and July was more than the income I made in 6 months before this lockdown. So this shows that people use this product the most now, because one thing is that people always stay at home. They go through the phones, they watch cable TVs like DSTV, TV. They subscribe this thing, because when you're at home, you're not keeping yourself busy. You will feel somehow. So you have to leverage on this. You have to make use of it. You have to buy it. You have to buy data so that you always be online. So people are making huge money from the telecom space at this period of lockdown. So that is why you even have to take advantage, because it is only telecommunication that was not affected by lockdown, because you don't need to go out to work. You work with your phone and you make money for it. Now, we are done with telecom. What of a PACN? PACN means electricity. Now, please mute your audio, please. Now,
Okay.
please mute your audio. All right. So now, the charge and get paid is leveraging on bill payment industry. PACN earnings is
Where are you already?
PACN earning is 111% higher than the 2013 capital budget. Further analysis shows that the 3.4 trillion earned per year on PAC is earned per year on PACN payments. This shows that there is also big amount to be made from the electricity industry. Okay, now let's go to the cable TV industry. The thing I get paid is leveraging on cable TV and bill payments industry. Africa pay TV revenue for the year 2016 stood at 4.4 billion and is forecast to reach 6 billion by 2021. So we are going to be fast about this, because we are also having another training on WhatsApp for those of you in our WhatsApp group. So you see the money that people spend on airtime, on cable TV, on electricity bills is alarming. Now, what are experts saying about telecom industry? So now, where do you see opportunity for growth in 2016? We were talking about 2016, but now we're in 2020. Now, the telecom sector continues to be at the epicenter for growth, innovation, and disruption by for virtually and industry. Mobile device and related broadband connectivity continue to be more and more embedded in the fabric of society today, and they are key in driving the momentum around some key trends such as video streaming, internet of things, and mobile payment. So people use this telecom product every second of the day, but they don't get paid for it. Now, would you agree that an ID business would be one where a larger percentage of the population already use your service without any persuasion? So the reason why you have to leverage on this industry is that when you leverage on this industry, you don't need to start explaining to somebody that this is how airtime works, because they already know how airtime works. So you don't need to start telling somebody, okay, when you this is when you buy airtime, you can use it to make call, you can use it to subscribe for data or watch video or chat on WhatsApp. People already know what to do with airtime. So this is a very good business for anybody to do, because, and this is why our partners are making huge amount of money here, because you don't need to convince people to buy the airtime, because they already buy airtime and they will always buy it. So you don't need to convince somebody to buy airtime. You don't need to convince somebody to buy data, because the person must buy the data whether he likes it or not. And you that is watching, you buy data every time. So you don't need to convince anybody to buy data. You don't need to convince anybody to pay for electricity bills, because if you don't pay, they will cut your light. If you don't pay your electricity bill, they will cut your light. So you don't need to convince anybody to pay for electricity bill. This is what you have been doing. People have been doing it. And you don't need to tell somebody how electricity bill payment works, because they already know how it works. So you don't need to persuade people to buy your products. Okay? You don't persuade people to buy. Our products are essential products. Essential products are the products that you cannot do without. So our products are the essential product because people cannot do without it. It has no substitute. There's no substitute to airtime. Airtime is airtime everywhere. So if you don't want to buy airtime, you will still buy airtime, because it has no substitute. It is not like Orabi or Close Up that you can say, okay, I don't want to buy Orabi, let me buy Close Up. That one is a different thing. But when it comes to airtime, you must buy airtime. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. Now, let's go to the next thing. We are talking about, yesterday in our training on WhatsApp, we talked about passive income or residual income. And we said that passive income is the money you make even when you are not doing anything. When you build a business that pays you passive income, you are financially free, because whether you work or not, you will continue earning. So this is the type of business we have in place here. The business we have in place is a business that will pay you passively. The business will pay you passively every second of the day. So Warren Buffett said that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. So when he's talking about it, he's talking about passive income, because it is only when you are earning passively that you will stop working and continue earning. So our system gives you the opportunity to build a business that will be paying you even when you are not working. It's just like this period of lockdown now that people are laid off. Many people lost their jobs. Many people are not going for their works because of lockdown. People are still making huge amount of money. Okay, so that is it. That is it. So there is huge amount of money to be made from the telecom space. Let me unmute somebody. Okay, let me unmute somebody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
All
you can
right.
hear you.
All right. I muted some persons, but I want to unmute some people to make sure that
We can hear you.
all right, to make sure that you can hear
We
me.
can hear.
All right. So let me continue with the stuff. So now we are talking about telecom, the opportunity in the telecom space. Now, when it comes to airtime, people use this product every